International outrage over unauthorized U.S. strikes on suspected drug boats violating laws.
Y'all know these boat strikes been going on, with Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth have been shooting these boats out the water, claiming that they ferrying drugs, right? And so the newest scandal is that they've been even blowing up survivors, people who survived the attack. That's against the Geneva Convention, and it's also against the law to shoot survivors.
Right.
Okay. So I don't know. I know one thing. When I saw this going on with all of these drug boats and stuff, because they show them skipping across the sea in the middle of the night, then all of a sudden they get hit by these missiles.
Right.
And so, but you know what I was thinking the whole time? I'm like, if they're supposed to be having all these kilos and kilos and kilos and kilos of drugs, right? Mm-hmm. Why aren't you just seizing the boat? Like, why aren't you having the Navy SEALs and all of them go out there and seize the stuff,
right?
Instead of you blowing it up and letting all the cocaine go into the ocean?
Yeah.
Getting all the fish and animals and fucked up.
Right. I didn't even think of that, but you're totally right.
Yeah, where you think the drugs is gonna go?
Right
into the water.
Yeah.
Could you imagine being a shark? You just swimming around, mind your damn business, then all of a sudden you like, oh hell no! Oh, Sharkeisha, get over here, girl. I'm ready to do you. Sharkeisha like, what the hell wrong with you?
You're right.
George be like, I'm ready to hunt y'all motherfuckers now, goddammit. Whoa! And then what if someone OD and die?
Right.
What if the cocaine falls on top of a coral reef and kill the whole reef?
Yeah.
Because one thing animals can't do in the water is regulate how much of the drugs they ingest.
They're just going to breathe it in.
They don't breathe, but okay.
You know what I mean.
So, Pete Hegseth is down there fighting with Mark Kelly, and it's really good, y'all. It says U.S. lawmakers demand answers over Hegseth's Venezuela boat strike claims. This comes from the BBC. Now, Donald Trump is down there distancing himself from this whole situation somehow. I didn't order those fatal strikes at the end. That was Pete Hegseth. And Pete Hegseth is saying that the commander did it himself. They all just, playing hot potato with people's lives.
Right.
It says U.S. lawmakers are pressing the Trump administration for answers about the military strike on suspected Venezuela drug boats after a report alleged that a follow-up strike was ordered to kill survivors of an initial attack. Republican-led committees overseeing the Pentagon have vowed to conduct vigorous oversight into the U.S. boat strikes in the Caribbean. Following the report on Friday, the Washington Post reported that the U.S. strike on a boat on September 2nd left 2 survivors, but then the second attack was carried out with a defiant Secretary Pete Hegseth's orders to kill everybody. That's what he said to the commander.
That's disgusting.
Because, the troops are not going to do nothing unless they're told to do it.
Right.
That's why they call it orders.
Yeah.
And so people want to see these orders, what came down. They want to see the orders.
Yeah.
Because every strike has to be ordered.
Right.
Unless they in like some kind of dog fight or something like that in the air, or it's just straight ground war.
Right.
But if it's something like this, missiles and stuff, this got to be ordered.
You got to be cleared off.
Y'all. So Mark Kelly got up there and he was telling everybody in the military, don't take illegal orders. Like, if you know that you should not be killing people on a boat after the boat already been struck and it's against the law to shoot them again, don't do it, no matter who tells you to do it.
Right.
Like, what's going to happen to you?
Don't be like, an order is an order. Nah.
Well, the thing about it is that a lot of times these people in the military are gun happy people. You know what I mean? Like, part of the reason why some people go to the military is so that they can kill people.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Some are. I'm not saying everybody.
Yeah, I know.
Some people go to the military so they can live Call of Duty in real life. It says on Sunday, U.S. President Donald Trump said he believed his defense secretary 100% when he said that he didn't tell nobody to do nothing. In recent weeks, the U.S. has expanded its military presence in the Caribbean and carried out a series of lethal strikes on suspected drug smuggling boats in international waters off Venezuela and Colombia. Again, I do not agree with this, y'all. I don't agree with any of it.
Yeah, me either.
I don't agree with them killing people just on a suspicion that they might have drugs. What if you out with your friends and your friends like, you want to ride a speedboat on our way from Venezuela to America? My dad has a speedboat. Let's get in it and ride to America. Okay, now here you are with you and your friends joyride in a speedboat. Now all of a sudden here comes a missile. Could you imagine? All I'm saying is this. If you want to take the drugs out of the ocean, go ahead and do it, but do it the right way. Go down there and arrest the people off the boats.
Right.
Surround them. We got enough military people in them oceans. They already following them from the air. They know where they at. That's why they shooting the missiles.
Yeah.
All they got to do is be like, okay, y'all, they right here. These coordinates. Surround them.
Right. Get some men in the boats. Just drive up to that boat. Hop on.
Tell them to pull over.
Right.
Just like they do black folk in America. Pull over.
Yeah. Just seize the boat.
And seize the boat. Why you got to be killing people? You're not even giving them a day in court, trial, nothing. You just like, y'all police, judge, and executioner all at the same time. Trump loves to talk about due process. Okay, well, these people ain't getting no due process.
Right.
And who's to say they was even headed to America? You know, you saw the map of where Venezuela is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, who's to say where they were going? It's not like they are a Greyhound bus and they have that sign across the top that says Texas.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And they getting struck right off their island. Like, they not even really making it nowhere before they getting killed. And this one boat looks like exactly what I said. Like it was on its way to somewhere else. This one looks like it's going to the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
And Hispaniola. It don't even look like it was going nowhere near the United States. And then they struck one off the coast of Mexico. Nobody knows where these boats are going. Do you know where these boats are going?
No.
And then they striking them off the coast of Colombia right here. You see that 4 strikes.
Yeah.
I mean, homeboy over here has a long way to go before they get to America, okay? You don't know where these folk are going, that Pete Hex said. You don't know where these people going. Y'all just saying y'all know where people going. You don't know where these people going. You don't even know if it's really drug traffickers or not. You don't know nothing. You want that oil from Venezuela. That's what the hell y'all want. That's what they want.
Yeah.
They want the oil from Venezuela. That's what they want. General Mark Kelly got up there. First, he told the troops, don't do stuff that's illegal. That's what he told them.
Right.
And then Trump and Pete Hegseth decided they was going to drill Mark Kelly down to the ground, telling him, you're a loser. We're going to make sure that you don't ever run for office again and all this kind of stuff. And Mark Kelly was like, you know what? I'm finna tell y'all motherfuckers what I got to say to y'all. Y'all want to hear what Mark Kelly, what's all these pictures that I don't have? What's that? Wait.
That's a photo.
Oh, okay. Why come you're not telling me?
It was after that one.
I know, but you're not telling me. You hear me start talking about Mark Kelly.
Right. Oh, man.
All right, so this is Mark Kelly right here, y'all. He was an astronaut. He has served our country. He's a senator now. His wife got shot in the head because of his service. They was like, we're going to get your wife. Just like they did, what's her name that was in the head of the DNC for a long time, and now she's retiring? Nancy Pelosi's husband. They got her husband the same way. Now, y'all want to hear what Mark Kelly had to say to Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth?
Yeah.
It's funny. Y'all, check this out.
Too far. The president has gone too far. Everybody needs to wake up. The occupant of the Oval Office is ignorant to the Constitution and has no regard for the rule of law. Trying to silence me, in proposing to court-martial me, in threatening to kill me for fighting back when our democracy demands that we must fight back. President Trump has crossed a line. And this time, it's not going to work. I will not be intimidated by this president.
Yeah, this is where the reads start coming in. This is where Mark Kelly going to just let his ass have it.
I am not going to be silenced by this president or the people around him, because I've given too much in service to this country to back down to this guy. In 1991, when Donald Trump was driving the Taj Mahal casino into bankruptcy, I was getting shot at over Iraq and Kuwait. In 2001, after Donald Trump said that the collapse of the Twin Towers meant he now owned the tallest skyscraper in Manhattan, I was carrying flags honoring 9/11 victims into space on a rocket ship. In 2003, when Donald Trump was writing birthday greetings to the monster Jeffrey Epstein, I was the first on the scene to recover the bodies of my fellow astronauts who died when Space Shuttle Columbia exploded during re-entry. In 2011, when Trump was hosting a reality show and peddling conspiracy theories against President Barack Obama, I was sitting next to my wife's hospital bed as she recovered from a gunshot wound to the head. My point is this: I've been through a lot worse in service to my country. The president and Pete Hegseth are not going to silence me. They aren't going to keep me from speaking out, and they're not going to keep me from doing my job. The president.
Ooh, Mark Kelly ran Donald Trump down to the basement. Ooh, I know Trump can't say nothing after that. They said Trump went on a Truth Social rampage the other night. He put out 161 tweets or whatever they call it on Truth Social in one night.
Dang. For real?
161, whatever they call them over there. I know they don't call them tweets, but the man be losing his damn mind. I'm Donald Trump, everybody. Y'all need to listen to me, because I'm a dictator, and I'm going to take over Venezuela. And General Mark Kelly is an evil man, and he must be destroyed and stopped. That's how I imagine Trump laughs. Because we've never even seen Trump laugh before. You ever seen Trump laugh? Never.
No.
Because he's psycho. Y'all, bye Pete Hegseth with your no qualification ass. Bye Donald Trump. And Mark Kelly, thank you, God, for you just read the kids down, baby. And you know you don't get no slam today. But bye Pete again. Ciao. Mark Kelly, I already read your child. I didn't know there was a paper for Mark Kelly. So I don't know, Y'all, you know what? The game, the game is like DL suspect number 1, right? He's like the first.
Sitting here waiting at the door, yeah. 1942, 1942. Sitting here waiting on you, yeah. Just waiting on you, just waiting that I'm spending all alone. Been waiting for you to walk through the door. Rockin' designer, Gucci attire with the Louboutin heels. Lil' shawty dressed up, she style.